So, we're trying to figure out the best way to design these hatches that we're going to cut out for these storage compartments. I was proposing cutting out a hatch where you just lift it from the inside and just lift it up. I'll show you that better than I can explain it. Tony's proposing more of like a lift out hatch, but with a hinge where you won't see the hatch cut out at all, with the cushions on top in the bunk. So I drew out a little outline of what the outside or the inside opening would be once we glue the box in place. And I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. So if you could see it, this line here I traced, and that's roughly the size that the inside of the storage compartment. So I put a tape measure on that. We're looking at about, I don't know if you could see that, that's about 9.5 inches. Same thing over there, 9.5 inches, still less than 9.5, like 9 3/8. And that would be to the edge of the inside of the compartment. So what we're gonna have to do is leave a little lip straight around where we could glue some sort of support for the hatch to rest on. So let's say, let me give it an inch here, and an inch here. That'll leave us with a hatch opening of 7 inches. However, that'll give us an inch here and an inch there to adhere a strip of fiberglass for the hatch to rest on. And if we come over, I'd say at least a ½ inch again for the lip with the hatch would rest on. That would give us a usable opening of 6 inches. I don't know if that's going to be wide enough. So it'll be 6 inches. Let's do the same thing here. We'll go 1.5 inches. And over here, 1.5 inches. That's if we want to make it this long, right? And that will give us a length of roughly 28. You see it? It's not focusing, but 28 inches. There'll be 28 inches that way, 6 inches opening this way. Now will that be wide enough? I don't know. Whereas my idea, we'll probably have to keep this. But if we cut, I'm proposing instead of cutting it out, that's what Tani wants to do, right? That would be your usable opening space. That would be clear space. From here, straight down. Or we could make it shorter. It doesn't have to be that long. What I was proposing to do was to carry this straight up and up here a little bit, maybe an inch this way, and have all this hinge up. It will increase our opening width from 6 inches to, camera's not focusing on the tape, but it'll give us, instead of 6-inch clear opening, it'll give us 7.5-inch clear opening. We will only have to tab in some support strips on either side and along the back edge, because the front edge would rest on this. So I don't know. Let me flip it over so you can get a better idea of my concept and Tani's concept. Okay, so here's the top side. I drew the two proposed diagrams roughly. It's not exactly, it's just to give an idea of what I'm talking about. Here's Tani's idea. He wants to cut it out inside where this dotted line is here. Probably put a little pull here and a hinge and a hinge and lift it out. Lift it out like that. My proposition was to cut it out along this line here. Take it straight out to the edge. Cut it. Hinge, hinge again, and just have a little pull where you lift it up this way. He seems to think his idea is better. But again, I seem to think my idea is better. So these pencil lines here is our final hatch, or what will be our final hatch. This line is going to end up in the middle of the hatch lip, and that's going to be a part of the support for our hatch, and that's and the hatch is 22 inches long, and it's going to end up being roughly 8 inches wide. And cut it out with a little makeshift track and skill saw. Use this little cap to get some little radiuses in the corner. So we're going to cut our straight edges with a skill saw and our curves with a jigsaw. This is our little makeshift track saw jig. We got 1.5 inches to the line. That way
The saw should just run straight along here and cut right on the line. Try to back for the back as you can.
You couldn't do that?
That's as straight as it can get.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it. Move it backwards. Backwards it ain't fun. Be careful if you kick back.
Well, it's the first cut. Alright, for this one we couldn't get no clamps on it, so we screwed the baton on, or the straight edge on, with just 2 screws into what will be the hatch, and just have to close those holes up once we're done with this process. That messed us right up. Oh boy. That messed us right up.
Is that flexing? Or the blade?
No,
was flexing?
the blade was flexing.
So you got a hatch. We messed up a little bit here, but this whole section got half the sand just a little bit smaller anyway, so we could deal with that. It's not the end of the world. Get a box. Let's put the box. See how the box fit in there. That's the one with the repair. The truth, eh? Yeah. Let's see how she fit. Let's see if we know what we're doing.
Gotta believe it.
Okay, so it came out pretty good. This, we're going to use this as support, which is the back of the box. We use this to support the lid on the back side, the hinge side, and then we're going to construct some supports here to support the front and the two sides. And it came out pretty good. Hatch cut out, and you got a lot of space. Look at that, that's a lot of space. Nothing could hide in there. Them side holes is just a nuisance. That's all they were. Now we gotta seal up the core, put some glass over it, glue this box on, and make it happen. Alright, so off camera I went ahead and I made another fiberglass sheet just like we did to seal up the old hatches. Only this time I made it a little thicker. I used 3 layers of 3/4 ounce chalk mat and 2 layers of the thick woven mat, and laid them alternately, one chop, one woven, one chop, one woven, one chop, and we ended up with a thickness of about 3/16 of an inch. We cut them up into 1.5 inch strips, and Nathaniel here is just fitting them to the hatch opening, and they will be the supports for the hatches.
Alright. Got dark on us, but we got our 2 pieces on. Got a good squeeze out and cleaned it up. A nice even reveal on all 3 sides. Happy with that. Looks really good.
Alright, so I don't know if y'all seen this, but that's our new hatch. Looks good, huh? I think it came out excelente. We glued this lips on right here, and this is the back edge of the box, which gave us a lot more opening space. Yeah, nice. Put in. Just gotta top it in next. In the process of measuring out and cutting the other side, seeing that this side worked real good. Just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, so we cut it out. It kind of messed up. I lost sight of the line and went too far over here. And when I plunged this cut, I think I plunged it crooked, and the blade started to go at an angle. So I went too far that way. But nothing we can't fix. It's not the end of the world. We'll make it happen. It's the original coring from 1966. Look at that. Looks brand new. Very well preserved. Good stuff. So the plan for today is to hopefully finish this. We got long days now. The sun don't set till 8. So we're gonna be busy. I'm gonna start with gluing on our lips on the 3 sides. Then we're gonna have to let that set. So while that's setting, I'm gonna do some sanding and hug. And I'm gonna come back, tab those in. We'll have to let the tabbing set up, and then we can get the box glued on. That's a lot of work, but we're gonna try to get it done today. Hope for the best. Right, so here we mixed up some thickened resin with some cavasil and some chopped fibers, and I'm putting it over those hard sharp edges, making like a little fillet, so when we go to tab these in, we don't have to worry about any air pockets, and it will allow the glass to lay smoothly in the corners. So next step is mix up some resin, cut up some glass, and tab these bad boys in. Yep, here it is. The first box attached and fully tabbed in. As you can see, I was hoping I wouldn't have had to get into my GP100 resin until we were doing the stringers, but we ran out of the other resin, so we had to finish it up with the GP100. I think it looks good. Come out really nice. Came out really nice. And over here we attached and tabbed in the strips, the support strips for the other hatch. So yeah, coming along nicely. Alright, second storage compartment tabbed in. I think that's pretty much it for this piece. I think we've done all we could do. Next step, glass stringers. The next time we look at this piece, will be when we installing it back in the book.